Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Fallen London. Today we're going to be having a look at August's exceptional story, The Bloody Wallpaper. Before we begin, as always, spoilers ahead, this is the 100th exceptional story that Failbetter have released. So if you want to help support Failbetter and let them continue making these, become an exceptional friend, play these stories, get the extra energy, and have fun while doing it. If you're feeling particularly generous, you can also become a member of the channel here and help support me make these videos and the various other series that we do around here. But without further ado, you've joined me in the middle of the War of London. Well, it's the tail end of the War of London, but I have to record this, so exceptional story is all the way down here. Tides rise and recede in the stolen river. Fogs congeal. Fogs lift. False summer follows false spring. Year follows year. And society swells with debutantes, dinner parties, derbies and tournaments, balls and soirees as the next social season arrives. Peers pour into London. Carriages clog the streets, manoeuvring between salons and drawing rooms. The Royal Bethlehem Hotel is hosting another Red-and-Gold Gala. Oh, are we going to the Royal Beth? Uh-oh. Let's absorb gossip about the season. Socialites upstairs and servants downstairs can talk about little else. Ever since the fall, the season has not been the same. Squid outnumber aristocrats. The Icarian Cup eclipses the Henley Regatta, although the curse dampened attendance. Into the Ascot's void, the Mollusca Tour de London has slipped its slimy thoroughbreds. Now the Red-and-Gold Gala is almost here. Trains scream into Moloch Street, bearing travellers destined for the Royal Bethlehem. The Triple Orpheus has exhausted its staff to support the hotel. The Gazette has exhausted its staff to report the guest list. Over gin and billiards, Her Majesty's generals toy with tactics to finagle invitations. Wishful debutantes lean at their windows and dream. Your dreams, too, are increasingly red and gold. There were some callbacks to some previous exceptional stories there. The Icarian Cup, the Mollusca Tour de London, that was the one with the snails, wasn't it? Or the rubbery dog. The social season in Fallen London. Nobody fashionable calls this time of year the social season. They call it the season. And they don't capitalise. If you're someone worth knowing, then you'll know which season they mean. It overlaps partially with false summer, but false summer is not the season. Even discussing such a distinction will generate suspicion in polite circles. Let's attend yet another dinner party. All these revels grow tedious. When will the Red-and-Gold Gala arrive? Seasonal soirees are always private. Without exclusivity, the season would close ranks with the common months and grubby public holidays. But the exclusivity served at this dinner is meagerly proportioned. I declined my invitation, the aspirational hostess tells the table. You actually got one? Asks the struggling artist. Of course, but it wasn't worth tuppence. If the Red-and-Gold garden party is so fashionable, then why is a hotel hosting it? Anyone can visit a hotel. Don't you mean the Red-and-Gold Gala? Asks the artist. The aspirational hostess blushes and changes the subject. Whoops, I guess she declined without really thinking. Well, let's search through your invitations. You have so many. Balls, banquets, a private box at the Gastropod Club. The Gastropod Cup isn't associated with the most prestigious circuit, but it's tolerable for a slug race. And what's this? Croquet hosted by the veteran Privy Councillor's husband's sister? Certain people would be flattered. But where is your invitation to the Red-and-Gold Gala? If anyone in London deserves to be invited, you do. It must be here. At the current rate, you'll find it buried beneath an avalanche of calling cards from Madam X. Until then, you'll just have to dream like everyone else. As the date for the Red-and-Gold Gala approaches, new dreams will appear in your opportunity deck. Advance the dreams to continue this exceptional story. Oh no! Anything that requires me to go through my deck is a nightmare to record. Let's hope we get lucky. A dream about suitcases. You dream that a great many people are gathered outside. Lords and ladies, laughing as they step from carriages. Ambassadors from distant courts. Attendants scramble to carry their luggage as more guests arrive. One countess smacks a bellboy with a riding crop, and the man brays like a pack mule loaded down with bags. A dream about a bell? You dream that a bell is ringing. It's a golden bell, but you can't see it because you're not in the right place. You move quickly, opening doors, walking through rooms. The bell rings again, more insistent this time. You walk faster. You start to run. Now the bell is pealing. Now you're painting as you sprint. But there are always more doors to open. Another dream about a window. You're standing at an open window. Gas lamps glow outside, gilding the jungle leaves with golden light. They rustle as a warm breeze blows, sulphur and coal on the wind. Blood-curdling screams as something dies and something else begins to eat. Chatter from the spectators beside you, peering into the night through their opera glasses. This is very bizarre. A dream about an envelope. You dream that you're holding a gold paper knife. You slice into the envelope, cleaving red wax, and carve out an invitation from the Royal Bethlehem Hotel. Management quarterly extends, etc., etc. This season's Red-and-Gold Gala, ex aequo et bono. All the words twist like earthworms after heavy rain. Whether you accept or decline, you will be occupied for a considerable time. Well, I will accept the invitation. It would be my abiding pleasure. My abiding pleasure to accept the terms proposed pro tempore with the full and sober knowledge of all hazards, risks, liabilities, etc., in recognition of which I hereby dedicate myself, body and soul pending, to abject and total servitude. With a final flourish, you sign your name, in your own blood, pricked by the gold paper knife. Then you slide the document across the desk. The manager of the Royal Bethlehem examines it with a loupe. Application approved. We'll need more help for the gala tonight. I am apparently now just mad, huh? I have a penthouse suite in the Royal Beth. How bad can it be? When do we tell him we don't have a soul? You're sitting across from the manager in his office. Behind him, the red and gold wallpaper appears to gently breathe. He's still reviewing the contract you signed. Don't you remember signing it? Just now, with your own blood, which is perfectly legal and irrevocably binding. At least, according to the lizard on the manager's desk. It has scarlet scales and unimpeachable training as a barrister. Can we discuss the contract? Your signature is still wet on the page. You're bound by the contract to serve in whatever capacity the management shall deem fit for the evening's duration. Just little tasks, trifling errands, the manager says with a smile. His lizard is quick with an addendum. Or not. Or not, the manager echoes, but you'll be rewarded by knowing you've provided excellent service. You will provide excellent service, won't you? Indeed, it says so right here. He points to the contract. 2 sentences slither to spell out new stipulations. Uniform, etiquette, schedule, grooming, permitted facial expressions, diet. Standard terms. Boilerplate, says the lizard. This has gone very strange very quickly. Well, let's discuss the gala. The Royal Bethlehem is booked for this season's soiree. Can't you feel it in the air? Festivity! The manager exclaims. We've been counting the days and the nights and the hours that slip where nobody can see. Another season ripens. We always host the gala. Alas, we're understaffed this year. We need more lackeys, drudges, dogs' bodies to serve the guests. Talented employees adaptable to a fast-paced working environment, the lizard clarifies. Efficient, eager to learn, independently motivated. Getting flashbacks to interviews in actual jobs. Okay, well, let's discuss your prospective duties and how precisely shall the management deem fit to employ you. Ahem, says the lizard. Chapter 7. It opens a book twice as thick as a holiday ham. Slow Cake's Etiquette Guide. Other workers in training, sitting around the same table with you, review their copies. You're not in the manager's office anymore. You're in a great ballroom, empty except for the table and chairs surrounding it. Rubbery footmen, indentured servants from the triple Orpheus, and well-scrubbed urchins follow along, flipping pages as the lizard reads aloud. You have a copy too, of course, filled with guidelines about laundry, cleaning, room service, and other opportunities to shine, as the lizard puts it. In this empty ballroom, the wallpaper is also red and gold. It won't be empty by evening's end. We'll need more tables in here, the management's lizard explains. And silverware, linen plates for the buffet. The list goes on. Everyone scribbles notes. You're instructed how to serve guests and how to smile, how to bite your tongue until you taste blood if it's necessary. Satisfy all requirements, manifest luxury, keep your outfit pristine. Well, let's page through chapter 7. Slow Cake's Etiquette Guide is a monstrosity. Mastering the rules would take a lifetime. During this exceptional story, you'll have the freedom to move throughout the Royal Bethlehem at your own discretion. Initially, you won't be able to access every floor. As you complete tasks and acquire keys, more areas will open. You're a general dog's body. The manager expects you to perform a variety of odd jobs. Cleaning, room service, and laundry are just a few. You'll learn more as you navigate the hotel. If you want an overview of your duties, you can ask the manager for advice once you start working. He's almost always in his office near the front desk. Odd jobs notwithstanding, you have one main goal. Serve the guests. Visit their rooms. They'll have requests. Some will have multiple requests. You won't always be able to satisfy them immediately, but you have until midnight to figure things out. You can serve the guests in any order. Most of the time, nobody will tell you which guest to prioritize. You'll have to visit their rooms on your own. Oh wow, this seems like it's going to be interestingly different. Okay, well I guess the first thing we should do is report for service. Oh wait, I can... Actually, no, never mind. I'm going to insist upon my status as a guest. It took me a long time to get the reservation at the Royal Bethlehem. You're damn right I'm going to use it. Perhaps there's some error. You have a reservation yourself. Dedication incarnate, says the manager. Only the most passionate employees live where they're employed. There hasn't been any error, says the lizard, as the manager feeds it a cricket. Your evergreen presence here at the hotel is why you were offered the job. It doesn't heed the cricket's pleas, chewing through screams. Nepotism? Yes, the lizard says. Welcome to reality. Management has pulled strings in your favour. How considerate. Oh, lovely. Wonderful. Absolutely brilliant. How has this happened? Well, you know, when in Rome, let's report for service. There's the bell at the front desk. Someone needs to answer. Guests cannot be kept waiting at the Royal Bethlehem. Whatever they want, they must have, and you must provide it with the promptness and a permanent smile. These stitches inside your cheeks will help. They hold your mouth in place, and so discreetly. All the other employees are smiling too, except the rubbery footman, whose facial tentacles are being trimmed by a resourceful scullion with a straight razor. As another lump plops into a bucket, the bell at the front desk rings again. You leap to attention. There isn't a moment to lose. Okay, you now have the ability to move about the Royal Beth freely. Well, almost. You'll have to answer the bell before you can leave the lobby. I guess we should just... Do we draw cards here? Oh my god. Alright, let's go inside the broom closet. I have full access to all of the Royal Beth. The first place we're going to go is the broom closet. All the floors upstairs have broom closets. Where else would the staff stash their cleaning supplies? And more importantly, retreat to Sob, where the management can't overhear. At the door. Bolt it. Breathe deeply and count to 10. Then remember to keep smiling. To acquire the supplies we need. Why you're in here, of course, to get supplies. That's the only reason. Oh, it lowered my nightmares. You'd never linger in here to avoid your duties. It's just that the closet has so many things to sort through. Brooms and dustpans, and the same brooms and dustpans again, and the same brooms and dustpans once more, to really ensure you've sorted them. There, how many minutes did that kill? Not even 5? Damn these brooms and dustpans. Okay, let's go to drinks at the Long Bar. Devils are ordering grenadine. Seasonal guests are weeping into their cocktails, spiking the alcohol with misery. Luckily, your duties don't extend to mixing drinks. Even with all those tentacles to shake the tumblers, the boneless bartender has trouble keeping up. I can wait upon an inebriated cat. What are you looking at? Actually, get over here. Spare me the temperance campaign. Already heard everything from the wife. Then had to hear it again from the mistress. Listen, I'm hungry. It's not good to drink so much cream on an empty stomach. Do you have any of those little kippers? What about sardines? Oh, the menu keeps changing. Just bring me the best fish you've got. Okay, I have one order for the kitchen. Can I go to the kitchen? I don't know. Let's go to too many guests. The Royal Beth is ludicrously crowded. What on earth is the hotel's maximum occupancy? There must be hundreds of guests in every common area. They're pushing and shoving and saying, "Pardon me," with absolute venom in their voices. Let's worm our way through the guests. Sir, if you'd kindly step aside. Ma'am, please don't put your foot there. You can tell why the management needed more seasonal workers. This number of guests is absurd. One of the doors is bulging in its frame, with twitching arms and legs sticking out the edges. And only one underpaid bellboy pushing with all his might to keep it closed. Can't keep fighting through these crowds. If you find a service key, you can take the back passages instead. Ah, we need the service key, you say? Well, let's go to the bell at the front desk. Whenever guests arrive, they ring the bell. But the frazzled receptionist isn't here to greet them. That lump on the floor can't be her. With those quivering stubs. You could never organize the keys or write reservations. Where is the manager when you need him? I mean, I guess I should just greet the condescending countess? Or I can ring the bell for the manager. Well, let's greet the condescending countess. It's about time. I already rang this bell twice, I'll have you know. Oh my god. The service here wouldn't stand in my country. I suppose that nobody in London knows better. You're all used to living like this, aren't you? You struggle with her bags. They squirm. The Countess squirms too. All her furs are alive. Araby blues and quicksilver pygmies and spotted sables. When her sleeves, 2 battalions of prize-fighting biters, strive to rip open your throat, you drop a suitcase. It bursts apart. More weasels scramble out. Incredible! I'm paying for this! If anything happens to those 5, you'll answer to my solicitor. Well, catch them. What else will I wear? Oh no. You can find the escaped weasels by exploring the hotel and completing certain tasks throughout the night. Return them to the Countess in the pomegranate room upstairs. Ow. We haven't looked at the fountain in the lobby. Should we have a look at the fountain in the lobby? The mosaic at the bottom is hypnotic. If guests are ever thirsty for something stronger than the bar serves, they stop here to drink the water. It's flavoured from years of desperate wishes, and the coins themselves add a metallic tang. Or I can either fish around inside the drain. What's this blockage? Wasn't here before, was it? Is it the weasel? Or we can check on the plumbing. Management keeps receiving complaints about the taste tonight. Let's see if we can find a weasel. In a few more minutes, the luckless muscle-lid might have drowned. Does nobody teach weasels about the dangers of riptides in lobby fountains? It swallowed a lot. Speaking Latin, that usually only happens to the guests if they sit here for hours and drink gallons. Unfortunately, removing the blockage doesn't stop more complaints from flooding the manager's office about the fountain. People get so fixated on water quality. Wait, do you reckon there's a weasel in the bar? No. Is there a weasel inside the broom closet? No. Well, let's go to the gilded cage. Or the lift. The Pentecost attendant sits on a stool. Only a few years ago, the Fifth City would have never permitted a monkey with a soul to emigrate from the Empire of Hands. Today, the laws still haven't changed, and the management pays wonderfully reduced wages. Where to? She asks, waiting to pull the golden lever. So we can either go all the way upstairs, or the lobby. Are we not already at the lobby? Oh god, downstairs or all the way downstairs? We need to find the service key. And to get to storage, we need a request. Well, let's go. Just go upstairs. We're highly exclusive. Management has strict rules about who can stay here. But tonight the rules are a little different. It's a red and gold masquerade after all. Can we do anything different up here? Room 24B. A rather pokey room, if you're being honest. It's not in one of the hotel's nicer areas. Even a pokey room at the Royal Bethlehem, though, would be fit for a king, and the rumpled gentleman seems to agree. He's making himself at home. Well, let's wait upon the rumpled gentleman. What does he need? Such sublime service. Sheets so silky. Supposedly supper's soon. Supper is soon, if the gentleman means the buffet that will be served downstairs for the gala tonight. But he travelled a long way, and he's hungry now. He wouldn't mind a snack first, nothing heavy. He wants to save room for later. He also has laundry to wash. Bundles. It's piled on the floor, mounted atop the bed, draped over the closet doors, and spilling out of the dresser. Sized sadly small, he explains. That's self-evident. He'll never fit back into this outerwear. We need to find the kitchen again. If I was a kitchen, where would I be? The pomegranate room. Management made a choice with this decor. Nevertheless, people tolerate premium fees for a theme. The condescending countess has no affinity for the fruit. However, and makes sure you know it. He also makes sure you know how much she's paid. Lucifer? No, that's not Lucifer. Dr. Henry Mutton Chops. Can I take this weasel, please, God? I never travel without my physician. Thank heavens you found him alive. I can succumb to such headaches without his treatments, and it's impossible to hire a competent doctor in this city. What you call medicine here, we call rat poison in my country. Not that anyone in London is likely to guess the difference. The eminent doctor proceeds to ingratiate himself with the Countess, curling atop her skull like a weasel-shaped hat. One could even mistake the doctor for a real weasel. What about the others? There are still 4 missing. Well, you got one of them back. What more do you want? Room 10? Most rooms in the hotel have mirrors. Indeed, the management prides itself on the fine quality of the glass, but this room is special. All the mirrors are black, and the booking is reserved for one specific guest. It can stand empty for years when she doesn't visit. We can wait upon the absent lady. She isn't here at the moment, but she has left a note for the staff. Despite professionally cultivated appearances to the contrary, management has no patience for guests with personal requests. That's why the staff deals with them. Room 10's guest is another matter. The absent lady could ask for the moon, and the manager would snap his fingers to make the staff jump high enough to pull it down. He might even climb a stepladder himself. Happily, the requests in this note are less stratospheric. Only a scrub for the mirrors and a book to read. The book is a rare edition, but you can dig up a copy. Apparently we have it in storage. Do you reckon this is the Queen's room? Black mirrors kind of make me think of it. I don't know, might not be. Just a theory. Okay, I think that's everything on this floor. Should we go all the way to the top and see what's up there? Fancy. Guests pay a lot for these rooms. Not echoes though. Money comes in all shapes and sizes. Intangible too. I'm glad I don't have to balance accounts. This is where I currently live. Room M12. No guests are booked here tonight. The room's last occupant checked out at noon, and the frazzled receptionist failed to exploit the vacancy. She must often be frazzled. She's never at the front desk, is she? Maybe the manager sent her home early to rest. Fat chance. Remove any traces of the last guest. Perform the traditional rites. Restore the room to its eternal state. Cleaning supplies? Lovely. Housekeeping. Guests check in and check out. Live and die. But this room remains the same. Management guarantees it, and the staff guarantee that guarantee. The pharaohs in their pyramids couldn't ask for more consistency. Not that the room is unchanging. The wallpaper moves constantly. All the lizards are crawling across the vines. The printed leaves rustle. You hear the jungle. You also catch a weasel. Little scamp, how did he sneak into here? You want to entice that pitcher plant on the wallpaper? This is how unlucky weasels get eaten. That's a weasel of some distinction. Amazing. We've been to M12. What about 777? Oh no. The northbound parliamentarian always reserves the same room. She always insists on burning the same number of candles too. This evening, she's entertaining other guests. There's the bloated diplomat and the headless priest, and the procurer general for the Apicus Club, not to mention the restless horror and the lamb. What would you say, my succulent friends? Have we time for a nibble? The bloated diplomat drips on the carpet, but says nothing. The headless priest is similarly reserved. But the procurer general is rubbing his hands, nodding his head, licking his lips and giggling. The parliamentarian takes this as a general assent. Indeed, quite enough time. The gala won't start until later tonight. Therefore, if you'd be so kind, she says, addressing you, we'd like to place an order. Let us begin with something small and weak to whet the appetite. The procurer general giggles at a higher pitch. And finally, we have the red sweet. It wasn't always red. Whatever might have happened, the prince, with bloody gloves, is paying handsomely for discretion. He's not worried about his mother. You would understand. But his uncle would curb his allowance and think of the press. Well, we can wait upon the prince with bloody gloves. Such a bother. I do hope the stains will come out. Would you mind? His things are everywhere. Gaiters, cufflinks, shirts and suspenders. Someone else's things are everywhere too, but the other party won't need them again. These galas are so tedious. I wouldn't even be here, but Mother is busy. Can you blame me for wanting to enjoy myself? Everyone would do it if they could. It's natural. The only problem is the cleaning bill. Your fees are murder. He's primping himself, looking in the mirror and powdering his skin. Keeps adding more layers to conceal the blood. It doesn't matter. I'll pay. Clean it all. We've also got bundles of dirty laundry. Okay, so back into the lift. Do we go back down to the lobby? Gorgeous, huh? You'd never guess the tops of those columns are fake gold. Real at the bottom, of course. That's the only part anyone looks at closely. I'm gonna have to try and work out how to get to the servants' quarters. I need the key. But perhaps that will be exploration for the next episode. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you again to the members of the channel. It really does help me stay able to make these videos and, you know, not have to worry about ad revenue and all the other horrible things that come from being a YouTuber. Either way, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.